Your boy Zach has been saying that DC Comics is in essence just like a giant gay bar rather than a comic company at this point. And that's what it seems like it is. I'm looking at pages from the recent offerings from DC Comics, Hawkgirl, and of course, Alan Scott Green Lantern. It's absolutely crazy. They hire weird people who just want to insert their strange sexual fetishes into these comics. It's all it's about. And that'd be great if they go do that in their own little corner on Kickstarter or whatever, where they, sell their little, half naked cover variants or whatever. And then, of course, the full naked cover variants. And that's what that's for them to do that by themselves without us having to see it. But when you shove this into DC Comics, into these like little children's properties like Green Lantern, if you look at the original Green Lantern, it's silly. It's a dude with a decoder ring, and he's allergic to wood, and it's very weird. And it's just something that like a little kid would have an adventure with. When you make that some weird man-on-man sodomy fetish, it's very crazy, and it's of course not what these comics were intended to do. It's pretty disgusting, really, if you think about it, because it is grooming at the end of the day, and that is exactly what they're intending to do. They want to groom little children into these lifestyles so that they have younger, fresher people to engage in this stuff with. It is that sick at the end of the day. That's why we have to promote family. That's why we have to promote the Christian way of living, because it is a better way of living. We are above the animals. We are above just giving into this stuff and giving into debauchery all the time. And that is the moral of today's video. All right, my name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator, and this is the wrong tab. Oh my gosh. Here it is, my Subscribe Star. I am actually building a comic industry here, a cottage one myself, and we're producing comics every month as it, of course, affords to do so. And right now, I'm doing a book called Extrasensory, where there's none of this stuff, none of the weird fetishes that these people are putting in, just a fun time with some supernatural experiences. And you'll get to see this unfold every month as we build this into a bigger story. Now, I want to do even more. The goal is to get to a point where I can do monthly comics, just like DC Comics, just through this. And that way we provide you content that replaces this. If you can get on here, if the spot for comics would be $5 a month, and that is basically your single issue of comic. Now, right now, we're producing what we can, given what the art can produce, and we need about 10 times, a little less than that now, because we've been gaining and gaining and gaining. It's growing in order to actually make that dream come true. But you guys can help us get on here, support our channel, support our culture war efforts right here. I really appreciate everybody who's on there. You are the early adopters, and I'm going to make it worth your while. So thank you so much, my friends. All right. So I posted about the Green Lantern. Of course, I'm going to be picking up this comic today at the comic shop and doing a full review of this. But you can see the man-on-man action that they promise here. This is, you cannot resist me. Johnny, somebody might hear. I don't know how this is going to work, because these are going to be two tips pressed against. No, oh, geez, I shouldn't get into the physics of the gay sex here. We don't want to do that on YouTube.com. Disgusting. They want to take pictures of their experiences to make it even further degenerate. Very weird stuff. Like, why would somebody want to read this in a comic book at all? Nobody does. And it gets even weirder. You get into Supergirl and you see this stuff, and it's every 5 pages they have to say how gay they are. And here it is in this one right here. I have a girlfriend, okay? Barely even noticed. Supergirl, says this woman here. There's no way on God's green earth that is true. And here's Supergirl looking like a little jailbait with her little butt sticking out for these other women who are claiming they're not being sexually aroused by her. And she, of course, corrects them and says, ease up on her, Nat, like I can't hear your pulse race every time I enter the room. Now, this is written by some transgender weirdo who's living out lesbian fetishes, fantasies, because of watching too much Pornhub or something like that, and then inserting this into DC Comics. It's really just sad to watch. This is terrible. AI could have written this better than having this sort of thing going on right here. And of course, that's why I made Flying Sparks, because I can write these types of stories way better than these people. If you guys missed out on Flying Sparks, I'm sorry, guys. You really should read this instead. It's much better. But this is what DC Comics is doing. This is the agenda on full display. It's not slowing down. It's getting worse. You got to remember, SJWs always double down. They're going to double down even further. It might delve into absolute full porn at some point. It's getting very close at this juncture, and it's sad to see this happen. But as this company spirals, I see opportunities for indie comics, and I just see us paving the way and building something better. If you look at like these characters anyway, there's nothing that special about them. The Green Lantern is not like this like cool, great concept or anything like that. They even just took the name and then just changed it and made it a different thing in the Silver Age, right? Because that's what comics have always done. If you look back at the 30s, 40s, and 50s, they just kind of took ideas, they changed it around a little bit, and then they made a new thing out of it. The Human Torch in Marvel Comics was a different Human Torch, which was just some robot who could catch fire before it became Johnny Storm later. People change things and they make concepts that are similar and then twist them a little bit, and that's what it is. Batman is just Zorro, but, in modern times. So we can do this. We can make our own comics like Flying Sparks, and they're just going to be better. And that's what it is at the end of the day. And you're going to enjoy way better content because I am pulling from influences which are way better than this nonsense. I'm pulling from Chuck Dixon, from Stan Lee, from Steve Ditko. And those kind of influences are what real comics are about, not this garbage. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.